Hello, ladies and gents. This is Ants Hood. Now, you know full well that I don't show my face. There's a number of reasons for it, but I generally don't show myself at all. But I kind of feel like that I need to on this one because I'm very, very disappointed and slightly angry, to be honest. And that will be apparent later on why I'm angry and why I'm upset. But I was minding my own business today. I've just did my normal maintenance on my ants as I normally do, and then I cracked on with making the models that I'd put down for a while because I don't make models over winter. In fact, they're 3D printed, I think. There you go. I'm not sure if any of you watch was it Babylon 5. This is the Omega Destroyer. It's just the head section. I'm just working on the engine section now. It's all 3D printed, but it's like another one of my hobbies. Get my arm out of the space. There we go. Sorry. And I was minding my business doing that, and then I went downstairs and I thought I'd just pop onto YouTube and see what's going on. And there was a video there by Ants Canada, and it pissed me off, to be honest. Well, I shouldn't really swear because this is a wide audience of people that watch my videos, so, and if you're watching this, I'll try not to swear again. If I do edit this video, it's because I'm swearing, so bear that in mind, that I've rewound it and slit it and edited it all up, so just bear that in mind. But generally I'm going to try and keep this one continuous video if I can. Excuse me. So why was I so annoyed by this video? Well, it kind of goes back a couple of years, to be honest, realistically speaking. I know AC, Ants Canada, got a lot of people into ant keeping. He got me into ant keeping, to be honest. He was the reason why, when I was walking my dog one time, I decided it would be, and I seen the nuptial flight, so I thought, you know what, after a year or so of watching him, I'm going to collect some of these up and I'm going to have my own colony going. And then I escalated into what I am now, to be fair. As you guys all know, I've got plenty of colonies. I've got an ant addiction, and I need to see mental health for that, because I love ants more than people, to be fair. Most people are assholes. Swore again, but that wasn't too bad, sorry. So yes, he got me into ant keeping. Now, a couple of years ago, well, when I first started watching Ants Canada, to be fair, his videos were brilliant. They were very factual. They're full of information for me for an early ant keeper, and they were really, really good. They were factual. There wasn't the clickbait drama, but I know people have an issue with his clickbait drama, but I understand it. Being a YouTuber that I am, I get it, because you do start getting more motivated towards views and more motivated towards subscriptions and stuff like that. And to tell you the truth, I'm like that too. I watch other ant keepers that started around the same time as I did, such as KB Ants, such as the Colonialist, Ants Hollifer as well. I watch them and see how they're getting on, and they're all doing great. You know, especially with Antscape, who's just got over 1,000 subs. I mean, that's brilliant. So I'll keep an eye out and stuff. So we do. I think everyone who's a YouTuber would be the same. They do keep an eye on that kind of stuff. But I personally would never want to lose my morals, because there's a few things that somebody can't take away from you. One of them is your own personal morals. And I really care and love ants, to be fair, and I wouldn't want to do any harm to them in any shape or form, not intentionally anyway. So the line that Ants Canada has gone down since he's moved to the Philippines has really disappointed me for that reason, because he is purely chasing subs and views and stuff like that, purely chasing it, and I think it's wrong, because he's got this hashtag #AntsLoveForever, but it's a lie. How else can you describe what it is but a lie? And the reason I say this is because if you cast your mind back, was when it really became prevalent to me, and it really, really was like head scratchy time. What the deuce is this dude doing? Was when COVID hit and he had all these ant colonies, and we all know he used to get helpers come in and help him out with it. And I understand he had a busy lifestyle as well, so I'm not going to criticise that. But what I am going to criticise, since COVID hit and he was restricted to his own home, and he'd have to pull his own finger out of his arse to sorry, I swore again. Sorry, guys. Have to pull his own finger out to do the videos and click the maintenance himself. Then he suddenly decided, oh wait, I'm gonna have to release all these ants, all these big colonies. If you notice, these food hungry ants well, food hunger is not the word, but high maintenance ants. I'm just gonna leave them out. Got a friend who's going out, and they're just gonna put them by the in a garden or a park or something like that. Let's be honest, nobody was going out. So what did he do with them? Who knows? Did he release them? Possibly. Was his motivations genuine? I don't think they were. And the reason why I don't think they were was because constantly he was preaching previously about having a successful colony of cockroaches that were feeding all of his colonies. And what happened to that? Genuinely, what happened to that? Because that was still there. And we all know that ants, especially a lot of the very invasive species that he keeps, which are native to that area, by the way, will eat just about anything. So if your colony can't support them, okay, your cockroach colony can't support that. I get that. I understand that. I get where you're coming from. That's cool. But then there's other stuff you can use. You can still get food yourself, and you can still feed that to your ants. Leftover chicken fat that I always cut off my chicken, you can cook it up, give it to them, protein, there you go, and fat, that'll do. Or leftover food, instead of chicken in the bin, stick it in for your ants. If it's got meat in there, you're laughing. And not only that though, for the whole of COVID, because I don't have a successful colony of self-sustaining cockroaches like he claimed he had, I buy mine in from eBay, and I still did not have any issues for the whole of COVID buying ants off eBay, or not ants, sorry, buying cockroaches off the internet in any shape or form. Now, I don't know the situation in Philippines, but I'm going to make an assumption that it's the same. So there were still sources he could have got. But not only that though, when there was on lockdown, he got a delivery of roadrunner roaches, nymphs I think they're called, young ones. So somebody that was desperate for food to feed their ants, you would have thought, you know what, I can feed these, I can look after these, I can grow them so they can sustain my colony for a while. Oh no, he didn't do that. What he decided to do was take the lambs to the slaughter, as it were, connect them to his Solenopsis geminata, or the Fire Nation, I think it was at that point. Or was it the Phoenix? I can't remember, I lose track. Either way, it's Solenopsis, and they massacred them, absolutely destroyed them. And yes, it was a short-term boost of protein for that colony, but if you just grew them, they grow really fast, and they eat anything. They'll even eat each other, roadrunner roaches. They are not picky. So you could have grown them so you had the food source, but no. Oh no, I'm release all these colonies. So that showed me that his interest in the hobby isn't what it used to be, what we all know and used to know and love, that it was waning. And there's been other examples since then where I have been increasingly concerned with what he's doing. And sometimes I question that morally. Is it right? Should he be doing this? From an ant keeper's point of view anyway. But he did. Now, last week's video was about him. He's got these unknown Campanota species that he'd collected, and there was like 14 test tubes. I think he went down to whatever. I can't remember. I didn't really pay much attention, to be honest. And he alluded to that it was going to connect them all together to make an ant war. Now, I've got some points about that little, not ant war, because he said it wasn't an ant war, but he said that it was going to put them together to see if they merged or whatever. Now, I got a couple of issues with that, but I'll talk about something else for a second. Now, I was made aware of this because AC, Aesthetic Ants, made me aware of what it was doing. Aesthetic Ants was angry, to be fair. He's got his hashtag, we don't approve, and I think this is exactly falls into that remit. He lost his mind. I was watching the comments on the, I don't know what it is, it's like a post that he put on, like an Instagram post, but where people could comment on it, and some people were like, wow, can't wait, so excited, and a lot of people was like, oh my god, I can't believe you're doing this. Now, I do know a lot of them were probably EA's fans and stuff like that, which is cool, but the point being is that it was very mixed, and then the video dragged and didn't come out at his normal timings, which is about 12 o'clock UK time. It came out along the lines of like 8 o'clock at night, so it was late. So whatever reason that was, I don't know. But I give him the benefit of the doubt. I know as well as you guys know that as far as I'm aware, Camponotus species have never been known to merge colonies in any shape or form. Now, you do get colonies that have multiple queens, but I know he, with the Golden Empire, has merged that several times over with different colonies to keep them large, as it were, to keep them entertaining for these viewers. So it is possible with some species of ants to merge them, but Camponotus, as far as I'm aware, have never been known to merge ever. And the yellow crazy ants, his Golden Empire, Amber Empire, I can't remember all his names for them, but his yellow crazy ants, they've been observed in wild merging, and so when he done that, I didn't have an issue with it because it is a natural process. He's just doing it for his own gains. I haven't got an issue with that either because, you know, it is what it is. But Camponotus species don't do that. Camponotus species may have multiple queens, such as my Nicobrensis have got, and I'm looking at them as I'm looking into the background. My Nicobrensis, they have 2 queens, so it is possible to have a multiple queen Camponotus, but it's very, very rare. Now, he claims he didn't know what species of Camponotus is in his houses, but I guarantee you he's got experts on the buy, so he could have found out easily, but he chose not to. Why did he choose not to? We all know he's got the experts when he was trying to do the freaking I've discovered a new ant species in the Philippines malarkeys, when he was sending off commonly known ants to his experts to get them to identify them. So he's got that facility if he really chose to do it, but he didn't. Now, why did he didn't do it? Because he probably knows what they are, and he probably knows full well that they can't merge. But he decided to try it anyway. We all know that this was going to end in badly, and I've watched a video today in disgust because it ended badly. They raided each other's colonies. There was dead workers in each of being eaten from each other in some of the test tubes. So clearly they had a battle. Now, I reckon he filmed it. I reckon that he didn't put it on the video for whatever reason, probably because of the backlash that he got from last week. But he would have clearly filmed it because he's never not got a camera on these things when he needs to. Because the amount of stuff that he captures, you can't see like I do when I sit down and I do my videos to get the footage for half a day, edit it whenever time allows me, kind of thing. He spends all week filming them so he can get all the bits and bobs that you see in the video. In his video, should I say, but it's clearly not happened this time. Clearly he would have seen the ant war, clearly he would have seen them fighting, clearly, but he didn't want to show it for whatever reason. Now, this is the other point that I've got. He left one single point of sugary food for them, which was that gel pot. He didn't break it up all over the place, their opportunity to go off and forage themselves, to rejuvenate themselves. He left them one central point. That's one central point. So they would all meet, and they're destined to meet. Now, you might say, well, that could, encourage merging. Well, not really, because you're getting them to compete for a food source then. And if you get them to compete for a food source, they're going to fight over it. Where if they meet each other on a track, oh, look, there's Bob. Bob from Connolly 1. How'd you do, mate? I'm all right, mate. Or Bob or S, should I say, because they're all females. I'm all right, mate. Oh, do you want to come round my place and have a couple of beers? Yeah, okay, let's go. Merge it. Yeah, no, not like that. He left a single source where they're going to compete for the food because, as you all well know, as he said in his videos, this was the first time they were out of their test tube. So in nature-wise, this is the first time they've come out of their foundation chamber, and then what is the primary thing on an ant's mind when it has never eaten and when its mom is hungry? It wants to find food, and it's going to fight for that food. So he put one single food source, which was a jelly pot, which is sweet. So they're going to get the carbohydrates. Yes, they could potentially fight. But what else didn't he do? He didn't put any protein down. Now, we all know queens need protein because they need to produce the eggs, and the brood need protein to grow, and that's why they take the protein. Adults just take carbohydrates, and the queen takes carbohydrates as well, to be fair. But the protein's for that. So you've got protein hungry, generally hungry ants, but protein hungry ants as well, and there is no protein source in that arena he did. So what do you think those ants that are protein hungry are going to do? They're going to find any source of protein, and they're going to take it, kill it, and eat it. And look what happened in his video. They took it, they got it, and they ate them. What part did you not expect this to happen? So this is why I'm angry. I'm angry because we are ant keepers, and we are passionate about the hobby that we do, because at the end of the day we look after these, and for me they give me loads of sources of entertainment, because it's opened me up to the anting community like I would have never done in any of my hobbies. And I do a lot of hobbies. I'm a bit of a dabble in everything, master of none, to be fair, but I dabble in just about everything. So I've never been exposed to a hobby so deeply with this. I've never been this deep in with retailers such as Ant Antics, Wakushi, Ants Davy, the Ant Lady. I talk to them quite a lot of the time. Also, other YouTubers. I talk to Alex Hollifer, Ants Hollifer, quite a fair bit. Not so much as I used to be fair. We used to do a podcast together, but unfortunately, that's no longer a thing. Before he was away working, I talked to JB a lot, the Colonialist a lot. You know, I still talk to a lot. I talk to Ants England, who, by the way, I love her Scouse, her Cockney accent. It cracks me up. I love it. But no, she's a lovely person as well. So I talk to a lot of people. So my aunts have allowed me to do that, and they also entertain me because I make videos about it, such as this angry video I'm making now. But I have to point out, guys, that Ants Canada has lost his morals. This hashtag Ant Love is BS of the highest order. It is rubbish. Anybody that cares about his ants won't disregard them like he has and set them off into the wild. He wouldn't put them in an arena with an inadequate food source, knowing full well they're going to fight because he wants views. And we all know that he did a vote on it as well. What do you want me to do, people? Do you want me to separate them or keep them together? Well, 27,000 people voted to keep them together, and only 2,000 something voted to separate them. And I can tell you why that is. Just look at Lights Camera Ants. He has got millions of followers on TikTok, I think it is. I'm not on TikTok, but he's on TikTok and he's got millions of followers. And he does that because he constantly live feeds and he does, well, things like that. And hence why one of the reasons why hashtag we don't approve came along. Because that appeals to people that don't keep ants. That appeals to people that want the entertainment. It doesn't appeal to people that keep ants, in my eyes. I know a lot of people follow me on this one. Some people might disagree, which is fair enough. That's your opinion, just like I'm disagreeing with AC right now. But it gets views, and it gets views because it gets uneducated people about ants to watch it because it's something interesting. Because like I used to watch it before I started keeping ants, and then I realised actually what was going on, and I didn't appreciate that anymore. I didn't like that anymore because now I care and love about my ants, and I don't live feed anything other than fruit flies, unless there are species such as the Asian radar ants that I had that need live food. But I'm bound by that. I've got no choice for that one. But generally speaking, I always kill the prey before I put it in for them. That's because it's not fair on the prey to go through that. It's fair to stress the ants out. And because let's be honest, when you're dumping it in there, you might be dumping it in the outworld, but that's still too close to home for them and it'll stress them out. I mean, I watched one video of Lights Camera Ants where he put a freaking wasp in an ant's nest with an ants colony that was not adequate enough to take it on anyway, and it was running around inside the nest from the outworld. That is nothing but undue stress and anxiety for the ants, especially your queens, which in the foundation stage can be very sensitive. It was just wrong. I watched it and I was disgusted, so I don't watch that stuff anymore. And Ants Canada is going down that route as well. It appears to me that he's going down that route because he wants subs and followers. I know full well how much he makes from YouTube because there's this social blade that you can look what the actual income or potential income is for Ants Canada, and he's making a killing. So I get his motivation is monetary now. It's not care or love for the ants. It's purely money, and I'm disgusted. If I've got a job where I have to care for people, and that's what I get paid for, I don't think I've just got a pay rise, so I'm not gonna bother looking after that. Let's say a care home, that grandma, I'm not gonna look after her anymore because I've got the pay rise. So I'm gonna chill out for a bit, or I'm gonna rest on my morals, or just she's sitting in her own piss. Let's just leave her to it for a bit. No, you've got to have that care and attention, that love, and that's what I've got for ants. And I know that's what AC's got for ants because he was pissed. To be fair, he was angry last week. So I've got that care and attention, that love, but there isn't any of that from Ant Canada. Yes, he's about drama. I get the drama. I get the clickbait. I get views. I get it. I totally get it. It's not generally what I do. I'm very much myself, as you guys watch my videos know that I'm very much like a real ant keeper that just records what he does and tells you about what's going on, because I'm not an expert. I'm not a brilliant, because I've got a YouTube channel. I'm the bee's knees of ant keeping. I'm not. I'm a hobbyist. I make mistakes like you guys do, but I just film it and show you what's going on. Like at the moment, my Fideli noders are going through a crash because I've got more queens than I can shake a stick at. I think that's the reason. But you know, the mistakes that everyone would make, or things that would happen to everybody that keeps ants. So that's why I show you guys, and that's why my channel is. I don't. Yes, I want to grow. Yes, I want to be competitive. Yes, I want to monetize my channel because it's an expensive hobby. That's why I've got my Patreon page. And you know, people might think I'm just money grabbing. Well, it's fair enough, but you should really see the money that I invest in ants. And you know, and I don't get anything from this channel at all apart from my Patreon, and maybe some freebies from time to time, such as the Ants Davy stuff. But generally speaking, I don't get a lot of that, and it's expensive. That's why I want to monetize my channel when I get the opportunity to help my hobby pay for itself, and then get bigger and better setups, get bigger, better camera equipment instead of my crappy iPhone XS that I've got, because it's the only thing I've got a macro lens for that I can use. So I'm actually due on upgrading my contract, but I've not yet, because my missus has got the new 13, and it has got zoom on it, but when you zoom in, or macro lens as it were, when you zoom in on it, it is rubbish. It's all granulated, so it's no good. So the macro lenses I've got for my iPhone are good, so that's why I keep using it and why I've not upgraded it yet. So yeah, that's what I want to do with my motivations for my channel, and why I want to monetize it. Now, I understand Ant Canada's building himself a condo. I understand that his main income's Ants Canada, but it doesn't mean you can lose your passion for your hobby. It doesn't mean that you can make a movement of Ants Love Forever and then just do stuff that blatantly is nothing but killing your ants for entertainment, for views, for clicks. I'm sure that his Ant War video got a load of views, and probably one of his best ones he's ever done, because you're going to appeal to the mass of people. Hence those people that want him to keep them together for this experiment. There's 27,000 people that wanted to keep them together for this experiment. Now I get that, you know, I get that he's appealing to those people now, but don't claim to be Ant Love anymore. You should just remove the Ant Love Forever hashtag, because it's bollocks. To be fair, it's a lie, and it's rubbish. Go back to what? I don't know. I can't tell you how disappointed I am. I know I've ranted for the best part of 20 odd minutes here, guys, but this is just how I feel about it. It's just how I am, how I feel about the whole situation. You know, I wasn't even going to do a video today, but unfortunately, Ants Canada pissed me off with that video. Just think about it, guys. I've lost a lot of ants in my career, as you guys well know. And if you follow my Instagram page, which I'll put up there, or wherever it fits around my head, should I say, my Instagram video where I had generally concerns that my leaf cutter queen was on her way out and she was going to die. Now, luckily, I think she's fine, and it was just a false alarm, but as people tell you on the group that I was in talking about it, I was genuinely gutted and upset. Now, I had no massive I had no massively monetary investment in the leaf cutter ants, because Ants Davy gave them to me for free, and the food for them literally is free. I go into the park that's opposite my house and pillage the privet hedge there, and some leaves from the trees that are still on, and so it's free. You know, there's not a lot of investment for me other than my time, but I was still gutted because they're mine, and I love ants and I care for them, and I've always wanted leaf cutter ants, as you guys well know, along with some others such as the honey pots and Asian raider ants and the meat ants that died. I got a queen and she just kept on eating the brood and died. So, and that was monetary investment, like nearly £100 for that queen, and she died. That's what I mean by you lose money, but it is what it is, to be fair. I love my ants. I love the hobby. I love the people that I talk to. I love doing the videos. But I get frustrated when I see things like that. Now, I'm not going to call out light camera ants to the extent that, for example, that EA did. I mean, he really took it personally and chased after him, I think, somewhat. But I'm not that way inclined. I will just express my views like I am now, which I don't often do. But I'll express my views that I think his hashtag Ants Love Forever is just a lie. It's just a lie, and people need to stop idolising him because they think he's the bee's knees of ants keeping. He truly isn't. There is way better ant keepers out there. loads of better ant keepers out there that you can watch on YouTube other than watching his BS. Now I know this is going to get people aren't probably going to watch this for 25 minutes, and I'm sure this isn't going to get many likes. I'm sure it's not even going to get many views. But it is what it is. If I can convince a couple of people to stop watching him, to maybe unsubscribe, maybe he'll get the message and stop doing things like this where he willfully allows his ants to die for the purpose of entertainment. I just think it's wrong. Anyway, ladies and gents, on that note of me ranting and dribbling on forever and ever and ever and ever, I will call it a day here. Now, I'm not going to do a video today because, other than this, because I'm making models, to be fair. Do you know what? If you've ever seen Babylon 5 and the Omega Destroyers, they've got a big central location bit that rotates, and I'm making that rotate as well. It's going to look cool. But anyway, my missus says that it's going to be over 1 metre long, and my missus won't let me put it anywhere in the house apart from my ant cave, but I've got nowhere left in my ant cave. I've got ants everywhere and models I've built previously everywhere, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Maybe I should just put it where I want anyway, and then just get told off. Don't know yet. But no, on a serious note, yes. So I might bring out a video tomorrow. And if it will just be like a little mini update that I do in the weeks. But anyway, I will stop talking rubbish, guys. Sorry I've ranted on. Sorry that you've had to see my ugly face, and sorry I've probably bored you. But anyway, guys, that's it from Huntswood today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.